Hello everyone, this is Senior Biotech Analyst John Vandermosten. Welcome to our channel that educates the life sciences investor on exciting advancements in drugs, biologics, and devices. For more content and news like this, subscribe to our channel below and like or share with others. Welcome back to our talk with Cingulate CEO Dr. Shane Schaffer. We're discussing the company's lead ADHD candidate, CTx-1301, and the Precision Time Release technology platform. The company's in its final stages of development for its lead product and completing a phase 3 and some other supporting studies. Shane, what's left to get done before you can submit your NDA package to the FDA?
Sure. So where we are today is we are prepared to submit our NDA in the middle part of next year. We're targeting the July timeframe. So we're less than 6-7 months away from submitting our NDA, and then 10 months after that, looking to have our product available to commercialize and provide to patients and providers. We've completed now, they're done, all phase 3 studies. So we are in the final stage. We are wrapping up it's a phase 1 study. It's called a fast-fed study, where you give patients a very high-fat meal, and then they take the tablet. They come back the next week, they have no meal, and they take the tablet.
Okay.
We've done that study already at our middle dose, which is 25 milligrams. This is our 50 milligram dose. We expect the same results. No food effect.
No difference between fed and fast?
No difference between fed and fast. That study will conclude by the end of this year.
Okay.
We're preparing to release the results from our phase 3 studies. All that data is being compiled, and the data tables are being developed. That'll be done in the first quarter of next year. And we'll be meeting with the FDA in the February-March timeframe next year in what's called a pre-NDA meeting.
Okay.
So basically that's where you sit down with the agency, say, here's our data set, here's what we're looking to deliver, here's what we're thinking of our package insert or our labeling, and they give us commentary, and then we submit a couple months later with our NDA.
Okay.
So we're really close to submitting that. We're excited to do it, and then we'll move on to additional medications.
Can you give us some highlights of, I know there's some data available from the phase 3. Can you give us some highlights from that and kind of what it shows about CTx-1301 and how,
exactly.
Its efficacy?
We did a study in adults. It was a phase 3 study of our medication versus placebo, which is exactly what the FDA asks for. So it's not a head-to-head versus a competitor, but we drew out some really important data from this study. Number one, the data that we developed and produced from our phase 3 study in adults has never been seen before in the ADHD category. We demonstrated that our medication delivered a very fast onset and then provided an entire active day of therapeutic coverage. We covered the morning, the afternoon, and the early part of the evening. So it was actually the most groundbreaking data which showed entire active day efficacy. That's never been demonstrated before. This was a very small study. It was only 21 patients. But the study demonstrated something that's never been seen before. You now look at effect size. Effect size is basically saying, how is this drug going to work versus other products? What's the difference here? What am I going to see? It's not a p-value type of thing. This is just effect size. The effect size we demonstrated was an overall effect size of 1.79.
Okay.
The best ADHD medication on average is anywhere from 0.5 to 0.9.
Okay.
And the best they ever do is around the 6 to 7 hour time point.
Okay.
We had a 0.98 effect size at the end of the day, at the end of the active day.
So that's more than the other ones are producing at peak.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
When we showed this data at APSARD, which is one of the major congresses for ADHD professionals, I felt bad for the other posters because everyone walked away and just came to ours because this data has never been seen before. You know, Dr. Steve Ferrone is one of the godfathers of ADHD. He did a lot of the effect size research. He had to leave his poster and come over to ours so we could help explain some of it, along with Dr. Childress and Dr. Brahms. So the data has been exceptional. What we're seeing is we're finally solving the major unmet need in ADHD. There's a lot of unmet needs, but it all comes down to one phrase: entire active day efficacy. No one's ever accomplished it before until us. And we're really excited to provide this to patients. In addition to that, in a head-to-head study this time versus Focalin XR, both of these medications are D-methylphenidate, by the way. We deliver 25% more active medication, but we do it in 3 doses, not 2. And we also deliver it over different time periods. Focalin XR delivers half the drug at time 0, half the drug 4 hours later. Now, I helped develop that drug, but I'm going to make fun of myself because that was really not too smart. Here's 50%, here's 50%. That's not how your day goes. What we do with our product is, again, we deliver 3 doses. Dose 1 at time 0, but only 35% of the overall active dose.
Okay.
And by the way, we double the blood level of Focalin XR in that first 30 minutes.
Okay.
So the fastest onset possible. Our second dose then is 45%, this time as a sustained release at hour 3. So we cover the late morning and early afternoon. And then we deliver 20%, not too much, not too little, 7 hours after you took the pill. And now what we're doing is we're stopping the crash, we're stopping the rebound, we're stopping the need for booster doses, which requires 2 prescriptions, 2 prior auths, 2 cash payments.
2 things to think about.
We have it all in one simple tablet. And we reduced side effects by almost 28.6%.
Do you think that's because of the more even doses given throughout the day that
It has
limits the...
A little bit of that. I think if you look at the early morning, when you give too much, what you end up with is headache and upset stomach.
Okay.
And
so you're optimizing the dose.
We've optimized.
Over the day.
We don't give you we're not taking you up the roller coaster. We're just giving you.
Slowly
You're on the kiddie.
moving
You're
up.
on the kiddie roller coaster.
Yeah.
Put it that way. Nice hills and bumps. But you need that in ADHD because you need your neurotransmitters to sort of reset at different times throughout the day. The key, though, is that late part of the afternoon. Every single ADHD medication on the market today, except for my days, every medication stops delivering drug at 11 hours. Pardon me, at 11 a.m. So if you took your medication at 7 a.m., by 11 a.m. or noon, all the major products, they stop delivering drug.
Yeah.
And that's a huge problem because that's when you get dysphoria. You get a return of your ADHD symptoms. You can get crash where you know the medication's wearing off. Rebound effects is where ADHD is worse in the afternoon than it was in the morning. These are real issues. And you need to take now a booster dose. A booster dose, which you need to either go see a nurse, go see a doctor, put your hand in your pocket if you're an adult. You're going to class, you have emails to do, you have afternoon meetings, you're going to soccer practice, football practice, you're going to drive a car if you're a kid. I mean, these are terrible times for your medication to wear off. And if you feel the return of those symptoms, it's too late. You can't recover. But you will take that Adderall or that Focalin or that Ritalin later in the day, and now you've taken it too late. So now you're going to have appetite issues. You're going to have insomnia issues. We've precisely timed the medication to deliver around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, just enough to stop the crash. Instead of you crashing off, we're going to give you a nice controlled descent so that you can get your entire active day of coverage while at the same time minimizing any tolerability issues. But the final point is you now have a great day. That's the important part. And that's what the PTR system provides.
Yeah. Okay. Well, great. Well, we've had Dr. Shane Schaffer, the CEO of Cingulate, with us to talk about the CTx-1301 ADHD medication and the precision time release technology platform. If you want to look up more information about the company, look under ticker symbol CING.